Hi, good evening, everyone. I think it's a 5 p.m. now, and I think as we have given a schedule of 5 to 6, and it's quite a stringent one, keeping in mind the number of people who can join and the time frame. So first of all, thank you very much for joining. Thank you all for joining at such a short notice. We have a wonderful panelist with us, Dr. Renu Gulati and Dr. Tushendra Dwivedi. I believe the introduction part to Akash Khandelwal, who will be introducing the distinguished panel, who are going to kind of play a key role in discussing about the subject which we have talked about. So Akash, as Khandelwal, as most of you may be knowing, he's a co-founder of DPS Amritsar, and he has been into education since last 3 decades. So I will not take much time, Akash. I hand over this program to you now. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Javed. I think very much a warm welcome to all the participants here. And because we are, I think, just after the results, we are looking for a a very insightful discussion this evening. And I would like to welcome a the panelists here, Dr. Renugula Tushen Devedi. And so both are luminaries in psychology and child development studies. And I think all of who are attending this program today, I think very much will leave this program after 6 p.m. with a lot of enrichment. Just because I will not take another 1 minute to introduce Dr. Renu Gulati ma'am, because she has been a professor and a teacher throughout her career at Delhi University. She was. Can I request everyone to keep on mute? Thank you so much. And in childhood studies at Delhi University for more than 4 decades. And she currently teaches at Manav Rachna University as a visiting professor. And she's a trained counselor. She has been handling a lot of children from early years in a center as part of her passion. And she believes that the through parenting and through a child can be nourished in a very proper way. So
Thank
thank
you.
you, ma'am, for joining
Thank you
us.
very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Uh, Dr. Tushen Dwivedi is again is a good friend of ours, and he has been earlier in Bangalore, has traveled all across India, and has been taking sessions online, offline during COVID, and he has currently Dr. Dwivedi sir is with ILM University as a professor. As a professor at ILM University, Greater Noida in psychology, and he has authored multiple publications on different aspects in psychology, on curriculum, on assessments, and he has already also got associated for a while with UNESCO and with the Election Commission of India by drafting a policy framework for them on psychology, basically on the psychological well-being. So thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you so much. Thank you so much for such an affectionate and warm welcome, Akash sir and Javed sir, and Namaskar, Renu madam. Glad to see you here. Namaste. And welcome and good evening, all the audience. Glad to see you all here.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we have from the teacher community also those who have been practicing in the classrooms, and I think they are the right voice because that is how we thought about this program, and uh, so not I think because we have very limited time, so we can just because this has been just to set the agenda, because beyond marks, because this has been going discussion at the Ministry of Education, at NCRT, at all other bodies of from the government of India, that how our youth is being challenged, with a lot of academic pressures, academic skills. So that is where we thought that okay, how we can highlight all the aspects here, and can discuss in detail. So I'll start with ma'am. Can if I take the permission, I'll start from
Yes,
you.
please.
So
Please. Yes.
I'll just brief you because we have around 45 minutes with us, 45 to
Yeah.
50 minutes,
Yeah.
and later on we can open the floor for any question and answer. But
Certainly.
And so we'll be covering in three themes which we have said it. That is on holistic learning, well-being, and career planning, high expectations, mismatch, and mental health consequences, role
Right.
of parents and peers, and how CBSE results and parental pressure is impacting the society.
Yeah.
So,
So,
ma'am, the first what I would like to ask you that how you can, throw light on that, how from the successful child, which we all are trying to build it up as part of the school culture, which I have also seen for last 2 decades. So every
yeah.
parent has a very high expectations that okay, my child should be successful, and
Yeah.
so from that shift, because success is coming through a lot of academic skills, and that is
Yes.
how society is perceiving. So
Yeah.
can you do you see that we are going somewhere fundamentally wrong in our thinking and planning?
Yes, certainly. We have to really understand now, and there is a shift. The social change is coming at an accelerated rate, and we have to understand that it's not only the marks, but it has to have social competence, emotional competence, and we have to focus on that. A successful individual is not only the one who has achieved academically, but in their everyday lives, in even in their professional lives, if they are well adjusted, they have social skills, they have emotional regulation, they are resilient. Those are the individuals who go a long way. And there has to be a focus on all these aspects, and the change is coming, but it is at a very, very slow rate. Now parents and teachers are recognizing, even the professional, all the administrators are recognizing that we need to focus on other aspects of an individual's development, because all these domains have an impact. So we have to, not only academics, but social emotional competence are very, very important areas that we need to focus on. And we are seeing there is going to be a very strong and almost a pandemic of mental health issues. And if we don't focus on these areas, we are going to be in trouble. So
Thank you, ma'am.
that has to be the shift now.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I think thanks for that because we have brought few alarming signals to us. I'll come to Professor Dwivedi because as you we all because in our school system when NEP came in and the NCF also came in 2023, and because the NCF also said the same thing that okay, on the holistic development and the well-being, so that is becoming more prominent. But there we can see a catch-22 situation emerging in our society where still we are harping that okay, how if the child scoring more and more that the child is being labeled that okay, the child is very successful. So where do you see that school culture is to be reset now? Like,
Yes, that's a very good question. First of all, once again, namaskar and welcome all the audience. Glad to see you all here on this topic, particularly when intermediate and board results are out. So, school culture is gradually, the national education policy also emphasizes on the holistic development, skill development, and entrepreneurship. Particularly, the point raised by Renu ma'am is very important. I have seen the kid who has scored 90% and still committed suicide. So that happens because he is comparing himself. सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? I am inferior to someone. So he is lacking behind in self-regulation of emotions. He is lacking behind in communication. We see a lot of people who are hired on the basis of their qualification, but they are fired due to lack of soft skills like communication skill, like ability to act as a team player. So these days, national education policy has also emphasized the liberal arts education, and you should follow your skill will, which we psychologists do in this career counseling. So of course there should be overall emphasis on the personality development, so that a kid is never believing himself his worth to be less. We are judging a kid on the basis of mathematics and English, but as per the latest multiple theory of intelligence, the kid can be talented in many ways, maybe a good sportsman, kinesthetic intelligence, gymnast, etc. So that's why the emphasis should be and must be on the holistic development and multiple optional, multiple opportunities to choose options. And that is slowly and gradually shaping up in the, at least in the metropolitan. I'm sure the shift is coming, but well, in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, things are still like a rote learning, still like emphasis on mathematics, English, and spoken English. So that there need to be a shift in the paradigm.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks for that insight. Uh, I will ask. There's another which has come from all the the education leaders. To both of you, I think you can take a minute to answer that. On the emotional regulation, empathy, resilience. So there's that is becoming more prominent, and and better than marks. So that is what school leaders is trying to communicate to all the stakeholders, but somehow there is again a mismatch. So any your comments, ma'am, first, and then Professor.
Absolutely. We are realizing even in corporate world or any profession, actually, whether it's teaching or doctors or whichever profession you take up, we are understanding that yes, knowledge is coming. There is so much availability of knowledge that everyone, is acquiring knowledge. But, their adaptation to ever changing scenario will only come if they have social competence and if they have emotional competence. And for that, emotional regulation is one of the areas that we have to help and support our children in acquiring. Because wherever there is a problem in managing their emotions and their social behavior, that is where the maladaptation comes. And when there is maladaptation, no amount of knowledge is going to help them. They have to adapt to ever changing scenarios. There are challenges, there are more and more challenges that they have to encounter, and those challenges have to be met with. So in our socialization practices, in our parenting, in our interaction with teachers, we have to understand what are the challenges that the child is facing. We have to respect those challenges and help the child, hold his hand, and help him to acquire these skills.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. So your comments.
Yes, well, emotional regulation is taught presently. I mean, previously it was taught as a fancy subject, but in
Yeah.
reality, we see those kids who lack empathy, compassion, resilience, when they grow up as an adults, they react often. You see, the recent one high judicial officer has committed suicide, and a lot of impulsive, reactions very often in the society.
Yeah.
And that happens if the child is not loving himself. If a child is only judged and rewarded and credited, appreciated for a big grades, he is not given credit by maybe peers, maybe by the parents, etc., for the compassionate heart he has, for the painting he has drawn, for the wonderful gardening he has done. So there is only one criteria: intellectual acumen. So there is a big need. That's why all these UNESCO course, I have moderated empathy and kindness course, C course of UNESCO, and then one later on for bureaucrats, one course I am still in emotional learning course. So now these days, these syllabus at UNESCO are just trying to inculcate the empathy, compassion, and resilience, the ability to bounce back in life. So definitely there is a dearth and there is a big demand, because people are obsessed about knowing others, but they hardly know about themselves. So these courses, along with the people are always, you can give a lot of preaching to others, but they hardly know when they did reacted, when they yelled at something which they should have not told. I mean,
Yeah.
when some murder happened, when there is a road rage. So there is a big need. I think the school curriculum should be emphasizing on inculcating these variables first, so that you know yourself first. You are self-aware.
Yeah.
You are aware and alert about your reactions, so that you can respond more. You can add on to the harmony in self as well as relationship, so that you are a part of a solution, not a part of a problem. So there is a big need. I think I echo and second the thoughts given by Renu madam here.
So I have a question here that because we are talking about the child here, an adolescent child, or when the child a growing child. But do you feel, both of you, I can address to both of you, that where the parent is going wrong somewhere, because parent is getting as a standalone model, where the parent's handshake is not happening rightfully for the for the school to bring up the child as another stakeholder. So where do you think that parents need that support system?
As parents, we also have to have what Professor said. There has to be self awareness within the parents themselves. Sometimes our children become our ego extensions. Sometimes, whatever we have not achieved or what our dreams were, which were unfulfilled, we try to fulfill our dreams through our children. And that is where there is excessive pressure on the child, and the child doesn't know. And all principles of development say there are individual differences. There are, the whatever a child is a result of heredity, environment, learning, maturation. So we have to understand that
I think
every
there is some
child
internet.
is different, and we have to follow that we understand ourselves first. Parents also have to undergo a tremendous change in their perception of what the child is, and what should be our goals of socialization. And then we have to hold our child's hand and pass this message on. There has to be very open communication with our children. We have to pass on these messages to children that we are there, but we also help them to create self-awareness within themselves. So that has to be the first step, that our goals have to be modified, and parents themselves have to sort out their own concerns and issues before we pass on any messages to our children.
Right, ma'am. So yes, sir.
Well, I would say in Indian parenting, a remarkable and lot of changes need to come. First thing, the parents should speak what they preach the kid, because they are good in preaching. Suppose a parent is saying that you should be honest, and a call come from the office, the parent will say, "Beta, keh do, papa ghar pe nahi hai." No, so their words do not influence the child in a ding way. He also becomes a different personality. Second, the parent should never create a benchmark which of the unfulfilled dream which they could not achieve, which they want their kid as a pawn to fulfill on their behalf. I mean, they use kid to raise their own self-esteem by comparing someone else's kid performance to their own kid, which is insult of a kid. So that should be done, because every kid is like a flower and parents are like a gardener. Unconditionally, they should keep the positive regard, and they should explore the niche of the kid where his heart lies and where his skill lies. And every kid is gifted, just like you have seen in Tare Zameen Pe, just like you have seen in Three Idiots movie. The parents wanted someone to become engineer, and although he was an awesome wildlife photographer, so a lot of mismatch happened. And I would say the core of all these problems is in Indian parenting, parents cannot become friends to a grown-up kids. They maintain a lot of hierarchy, so they cannot talk about safe sex. They maintain a lot of, you have to follow me because I'm feeding you, that kind of, particularly in the rural India. So that, in a way, even in ancient India, Chanakya has said, when a kid is of your height, he should be treated like a friend. Now, what is the value of this friendship? Your words of resilience, your words of pepping your kid, your words of empathy will have more weight if you are bonding them like a friends. Otherwise, there will be a lot of mismatch. Whatever you are saying, they will nod their head, they will respect, but it won't make a real impact. So I think more than that, just like a parent teachers, there should be successful parenting sessions for the parents of the kids in the school or in the workshop, in the seminar. That is one. And second, the parent should also be awarded along with the kid if the kid has stopped, because parenting is all about a teamwork, companionship. And I've seen a lot of psychology firms like Celtic Mandala has been thinking on those lines. I had a word with Javed sir and you. There are a lot of other firms like Career Mappers of Agra, and one Watchme smartwatch company is also emphasizing on parenting and mobile. So these emphasis have started, but there need to be a gigantic step. These are still baby steps. So this is my take on it.
Yeah, I agree, sir. Because I think with this because we can just conclude, because with my experience and with a lot of school leaders, because the parents today, they are trying to exhibit an ego when they are building up, when they are developing up the child, and that
Absolutely.
ego is being transferred very transparently today, before any, in the when they are admitting the school, in the school, the child is seeing that the parents ego is so huge, and that is what is being transferred, and the child is not getting
Absolutely.
properly shaped up.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you. I think that we are very so we are coming to the close with the first theme session on holistic learning, well-being, and career planning. Second, we'll be starting on high expectations, mismatch, and mental health consequences.
Yeah.
So this is another which is being very much as part of the advocacy also from the government of India, from Prime Minister of India, that there is a mental health challenge being being
Absolutely.
focused upon,
Yeah.
and this is beyond the learning outcomes which we are all trying to focus within our school systems.
Absolutely.
So I would like to start here with Professor Dwivedi sir, that where you feel that there's an internal pressure to perform well, and unrealistically family expectations is coming on, as part of the complete child's progress. So where do you feel that this expectations mismatch has to, is there in the society, and how to handle that?
Yeah, this that's a very pertinent question. Thanks for asking. This unmatched expectation comes particularly from the mothers, the relatives, the fathers. Now they start showering their love to the son or daughter only if you have got this much CGPA or grade, rather than talking them about their painting skill, singing skill, or other unconditionally showering their love. The child becomes get a sense that if I perform, I'm a good boy or girl. If I do not perform, I'm not worth respect or my self-worth is low. This leads to lot of pressure on the young mind. This leads to lot of self-worth issues. Now he gives his best, and if not achieving the expected level, even if he has achieved 90%, you see the board result, 90, 85%ers are committing suicide. Why?
Yeah.
Their self-worth was intact only if they get 97 or 99. So this is leading to a kind of a, the parents are giving a kind of a utopic idealistic expectation which is not possible. It is leading to a lot of self-worth issue. Childs are getting depression. You see quotas is happening. So I mean the parents should unconditionally make a friendly bond, and they should always keep on giving this assurance to the kid that whether you perform or not, you will have our love and affection. We enjoy your effort, not the result per se. And in Gita, they should actually follow Gita, which is said that karm karo, phal ki iksha mat karo. Phal is not in your hand, accept whatever God gives, but you give your best, there lies your reward. And whatever reward comes or the result comes, that is not the end. That is just a bending for
सर
career.
यहाँ पे हूँ क्या एक दो बार बोल दो
So the parents should always be giving this assurance, always be keeping on maintaining the, making the child focus upon his strength, resilience, positivity, come back. And of course, they should teach the concept of Indian knowledge system, anasati. Don't be obsessed about whatever comes. You gave your best, we are with you, let's celebrate, cheer up. And that will happen only if you empathize with the kid. Not treat them as a machine to make marks to make your kitty parties or the to boast in some party that my son is IITN and all. So I think there lies the problem, which can be
Yeah, thank
addressed if the parents shower their love unconditionally, like a
Yes.
garden.
The problem is that parents are always comparing, and this comparison just gets to themselves as well as the children. And also we constantly need validation from the society, from the social circles that we are living in. And they, even in a party, for example, they'll say how many marks your child got. That should not be the question, or that should not be a discussion subject. Every child is, but whenever parents go for any social gathering, the first thing, they judge you as well as your child by the marks they have got. And this is what creates a lot of problem. Now, even if for example, during board exams, it has become such an issue. If, for example, the parent has gone for a party, other parents look at him, that look at the parents, that you are here having a party, your child is going through board exams. What constantly they feel, what kind of a parent are you not a committed parent? I mean, if there are board exams, parents are supposed to give up all their activities, which is not really fair, because this is causing a lot of pressure on the child,
Yes.
and on themselves as well. So, and then they'll ask each other, which coaching center is your child going to, or which teacher have you employed for tuitions. So there is a comparison at all levels, and that is where the problem comes. They even say, if a teacher is charging higher fee, that teacher is supposed to be better, and that is where the problem comes, and this is passed on to the child. And we are very, very judgmental about our children, ourselves, and people around us. There is hardly any unconditional love. If you achieve this, then you're a good child, and that is where the problem comes. And
Yeah.
we have to really look at it and redefine our way of thinking.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am, because I think from what I could conclude from both of your comments from both of you, that parents conditioning is very important now, because that is how the parents conditioning and the expectations. So that is both has to be now reset. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. You'd like to add some? Yes.
Yeah, in parents conditioning, the parents generally are not receptive because they are self-dependent. If the glass is full of ideas and arrogance and knowledge and money gives arrogance, they cannot. Sometimes the child gives the right advice. The child asks for cry directly or indirectly, but they are not receptive. They think that we are the best, we know the best because of the benchmark. So the parents need to let go their ego and artificial superficial life which people appreciate these days, who goes to which coaching, which brand and all, that should be discarded. Let the child grow naturally into his best potential and
Yes.
appreciate the small things. The big car or gift won't work for the child if the parent is affluent and still make a coffee for the daughter. That will
Yeah.
motivate more. And I would like to say one small story. One of my student in the old university, she used to write on her car, "My father is an ATM machine," because parents always appreciated her with money, but they never came to see her and pep her and enjoy the father and mother time together. So she also, I mean, groom investing on your kid is like investing on your old age. If you are
Yeah.
treating with the monetarily thing in old age, your diapers and all they will bear, but there won't be connection. So which is missing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, both the panelists. I think we had a very interesting discussion, and because we have discussed on the second, which we have been, because being psychologists and involved with child development studies. So because there's a lot of challenge which the schools are facing, because when the internet revolution started, and then the mobile physical, because post COVID
There
19,
is some disturbance coming.
so it's like ownership of an individual device, and that is how the digital well-being is being questioned and challenged today. Because a lot of parents, whenever during PTMs also in our school systems, everywhere the parents do come forward and always comment, and they have a pain when they say that, okay, my child is not coming out. So where do you feel that there's this digital detox? That there should be a plug point, and that there should be some there should be some trigger point, that okay, where the school can counsel them nicely. So how do you feel, both of you? I think you can start with Renu, ma'am. Where do you feel that this digital well-being is getting impacted?
Actually, whatever you may say, schools still have a lot of power over parents. And if school decides that we are not going to allow certain devices, or the assignments that children do are going to come from the social platforms, and also certain value systems. If the school puts down certain rules, that will help. And also at the same time, leadership at the our principals, our teachers. Actually, teachers are also very pressurized. There is a lot of pressure on teachers as well. For example, the administrators are going to say that how many students have got 90% marks in your class. So teachers don't have time to look at the social emotional aspects. They are only focusing on, how many marks, how many children are above 90%. So this is also, we have to look at even the school systems, from administration, from principals to teachers. Again, there has to be a very close connect between them, and that is, if they are comfortable, only then they are going to pass on the same message to the students as well.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I would say there is some. I would say that instead of giving mobile phones to the kid on performance, the parents can give some other gifts which may, like watch, like pen, etc. So one. Second, parents should themselves follow the
यार
norms.
मुझे
You
सिखाओ ना इंस्टा पे डालना कैसे है
Sorry for interruption, Mr. Rakesh.
या
just
May I request you to mute your mic, please? Thank you.
thank you, Rakesh sir.
मेरा
So,
है इंस्टा ठीक है मुझे पता नहीं उसको डालते कैसे
can
Mr.
someone
Rakesh,
mute?
yeah.
हाँ,
Mr. Rakesh, can you put your mic on mute, please? Thank you.
I think the admin can mute.
admin can mute. Yes.
Sorry, yeah.
Now you see.
And Akash, sorry for interruption. I'm just saying there are few parents here also on the
Okay,
panel.
sir.
Whenever you think, I mean, give them an
Yeah.
opportunity whenever you think appropriate. Thank you.
So may I complete, Akash sir? Now you see, the parents should themselves follow the strict digital schedule. Early in the morning, 1-2 hours. No, make it a norm, just like a puja at home. No touching of a digital device.
अरे मुझे बताओ लिखते
Before
कैसे शाम को
before sleep, no touching or entertainment.
मुझे लिखना ही नहीं आता कुछ सब देते हैं
And to engage your kid, give better alternative. What will a kid learn if a mother or father is busy in WhatsApping and saying you don't use mobile? Again, parents should follow what they preach. That is the problem. And there are wonderful alternatives these days just to detox and digitally detox the kid from excessive use of mobile. There are a lot of gadgets like the CEO of WatchMe, who's present here, Mr. Webo, has created a smart watch. Now the child cannot play a game because playing games and a lot of digital things create a lot of reaction, a lot of impulsiveness, anxiety, and consequence. In studies, of course, it is addictive. A better alternative is a smartwatch, which is available in the market. A lot of gadgets, so from which you can lively track the location of your kid. Your kid can learn some AI language and other communication things. And if there is emergency, 4 numbers automatically they can click. So it will serve the purpose of being connected. You are observing the monitoring of your this watch. Always, the live location of the kid. You are observing the kid is getting a good entertainment in the form of a song, in the form of a communication, a practice of some language, and also I think these kind of gadgets should be given to the kids to engage them rather than parents getting good and they give mobile phones. What mobile phone? He will only play games, and games cause dopamine high, and it will be difficult. It is like other addiction. So I think parents should create a norm to not use mobile phone. They should engage in the indoor games like Ludo, chess, and other things so that the child's decision making ability enhances. They should genuinely handhold the kid to have 1 or 2 hobbies. They should give them the gifts like a gadget, which I said the watch me. Every parents can see it's a good alternative, and I've seen a lot of students getting rid of their excessive mobile use. So I think these kind of things can limit mobile addiction, and therefore a lot of drain of energy and focus can be prevented.
Certainly. And also, I don't know now, I have seen in my personal growth of my children, theater, art and craft, music, and all child development researchers show that these activities definitely help in their cognitive development as well as in their emotional regulation. Because when they go for, when there is self expression in theater, children, first of all, they learn to speak well, they learn to connect, and they're expressive. Music, it has been proven through a lot of research studies that even if your child doesn't become a singer, it doesn't matter. But listening to music or playing an instrument really helps in his or her cognitive development as well. They acquire so many cognitive skills through this. So we have to, and again, we are letting go of reading. Reading books even today, or listening to podcasts or whatever, reading is a very important activity which can help children in their developmental process. Rest, or everything will fall into place if they have an outlet. And sports, of course, sports, we cannot undermine the role of
Yeah.
sports. So
Yes,
we have
yes,
to,
yes.
and even like yoga, etc., those physical exercises. If And also, parents are under microscope. We should never forget, at any stage of life, we are under microscope. So what we do, children are going to imbibe that. So we have to modify our lifestyles as well. If we are on social media all the time, or if you are on the phone, children are going to follow that. So we have to modify our lifestyle and our way of thinking as well.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Aisha, can we take a parent here? Any parent would like
Sure.
to? Is any parent who is there? If we can take one question now.
Um,
Uh,
I'm a parent.
any
I
parent
can.
would like to? Yeah, whatever you want to ask.
Yeah, see, I would first speak as a parent. See,
Yeah.
this has been a concern. For example, for my son, we have let him play. I say that he studies between his football times. So that's his routine. That's what I tell him. Okay. But as he was growing up, especially during Corona, see, mobile addiction, oh, I faced it like anything.
Yeah.
During the process, I was developing the startup, basically a smartwatch with our own operating system, where child safety is a big focus for that. And surprising, and in the context of the need paper leak, also, I am writing to the ministry and to NTA that it can be used to prevent the paper leaks, but that's a diversion for this webinar. But as a parent, I have seen this thing that when they are playing, okay, or and now the I would request the psychologist and the educational community to oppose that. Due to this fuel price thing, the government is saying now make the education online. Oh my God!
That is
Oh my God! Like
really,
brother-in-law is in London, and there I think uh, schools didn't close even during Corona.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
now that is such a huge problem. It
it is.
gives children access to mobiles and to the
Absolutely.
full-fledged, and you need to give them a full-fledged access because they need to attend on Teams,
Yeah,
then they need to
yeah,
do something on the side, and
yeah,
even full access to laptops.
Yeah.
Okay,
Vaibhav, can I interject? Do you have a question in particular to both our panelists so that you can
So my question or a request is that if a request can be made to the government to not make the in the light of the petrol thing, not make classes online.
okay.
It
schools
is
and colleges
Not to
online
go
is a
on right.
disaster, actually
That
speaking.
that
It's a
yeah,
disaster.
that the school community altogether they have already given a proposal to the ministry also where the PM said that classes should go online.
Yeah,
yes,
And they're
yes,
trying to be that they are trying to say to ministry also that should not be done
absolutely.
as part of the official circular. So that would be very very detrimental to the to the growing child because again what both the panelists said that SEL, that social emotional learning, will get impacted hugely. I
Absolutely.
think there's another parent who's waiting, to ask because his daughter is Farha Amir. Farha, are you there? Because yesterday she passed out as Farha.
Farah, we are keen to hear from you. Amit Tripathi has raised hand.
Okay, I think.
Yes, am I
Yeah,
audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, you are audible.
So I have a question. You may say that I want guidance from you speakers. I am putting a small scenario before asking my question. The last week, my son got some panic attack, and his hands were shivering. He is having some breathing problem. So we went to emergency, and after 6 7 hours, we returned or relax हुआ वो, then in between the treatment is given, and a psychologist and a psychiatric doctor also attended him. So uh, when we come home, so through his mother, we got the reason was his upcoming result of 12th, and somewhere for this panic attack, yeah, anxiety, the reason was matlab his father, means myself, because children are more comfortable with mother, so I got know through mother. So my dealing, actually the reason was that my dealing with him during his 10th result, he got 80%. So might be unconsciously, that appreciation he didn't get from myself or whatever. So, so he was panic, considering that. So my question is that, so what I learned now after this incident, when he got admitted in emergency, and now I understood that his happiness is more important. I completely understood this. So likely today I messaged him directly after a week कि beta, when is your CUET exam? So this my message again triggered him. So my question is that कि what should I do? Should I matlab take counseling, some कि how to manage? Because this I completely understood that nothing is more important than his happiness. Whether he talk to me, whether I matlab I win the argument or not, uh, everything is secondary.
Yes,
So, what
given
should
the
I
Yes,
do
yes.
in such situation?
right, I think
Amit ji, we got
If I can intervene, Akash, sorry. I mean, the gentleman has a long question and a valid one as well. We can
so I
take it
think we have
offline
understood
after the session. You
yeah,
can
we
write
got
to us,
we
and
got
then
this.
probably we will schedule a call. No
Yeah,
problem.
we got
But
his
I
question.
eagerly want
Yes, yes,
the
yes.
answer for this.
We
So
got his.
if you shortly
We got your
address
question. Yes,
address my,
yes. Sir,
I
sir.
request
Yes, yes. We
shortly.
got your question. Yes, yes. We got your question. Renu ma'am, you would like to answer or should I answer?
Please you start, then I'll also give
Yes,
my
yes.
inputs. Yeah.
See, Amit ji, wherever the focus goes, energy flows and it magnifies. Now, even if you do not prompt or prick the kid, but you are asking about CUET, you are indirectly pricking that thing. Do the opposite. First thing, try to connect to your son like a friend. Don't believe that I have given birth to him, so I try to dictum and order. Be a friend first. Your vision and mission will be automatically shifted,
Yeah.
and there will be a time when he is studying, just close, "Arey aao yaar, chalo thoda coffee pee ke aate," distract him. That is the time he will be more obsessed about studying, because half completed task create, we call this process as Zeigarnik effect. Half completed task create more tension to get it done. I mean, everyone, those who are in the field of psychology, when he's studying, distract him a little. कि अरे छोड़ो यार, कितना पढ़ोगे, चलो आइसक्रीम खा के आते हैं. अरे you are studying. Either appreciate him or be playful and distract him. He will be coming back to study again.
Yeah.
So first thing is to build a good rapport, not like a father. He's a grown-up son. Be a friend. Talk about his classroom. Talk about his hobbies. Talk about what likes and dislike, and try to relate, because you are investing into your old age.
Yeah.
There is no friend who will be there. He will be only changing your diaper. So learn to be friendly. Build a rapport, and then whatever you say, he will automatically copy and visualize, and show him that even if he falls, you love him. There is no fallback option, safe option. Even if he is unsuccessful, you talk more about his strength map. For example, tell that you are, you stand here, you stand here. So career is a part of life. It is not the heart of life. Don't always talk about CUET and those things only. Talk about latest movie, talk about his strength, talk about his hobby, go with him, spend quality time, so he will understand that you are with him, your love and blessings are with him, despite achieving or not, and he will be naturally able to pour his heart rather than getting panic attack. Second thing, give him forward.
And also,
Yeah, ma'am.
you can,
You can
sorry,
continue.
sorry.
Yeah, ma'am.
And also,
You can continue.
in your, you can give examples of people who may not have achieved or who may not have got very high marks, but they're very successful in life. And there are so many examples, and you can build it on that. Even your own life examples, that there was a time when probably you did not do very well, but you still went on, and there are a lot of alternatives available. You have to tell him there are a lot of options available, and we can work towards that. And his skills, yes, like Professor Dwivedi said, you have to emphasize on his skills and reinforce them. Keep saying you are so good at this. And even his qualities, his relationship with his friends, empathy, whatever his strengths are, please emphasize on that. And you have to convince yourself also somewhere that it doesn't matter. We'll find an alternative. We'll stand by you. And sometimes we have to tell our children, we love you, we'll stand by you. As we grow older, we stop saying this to our children. And let me tell you, a lot of teenagers, they say, when they come to me, they say that we want to hear from our parents that they're there. We know that they love us, but they never say that to us. And this is in our Indian culture. We don't really express our emotions to our children. We have to say, we feel for you. We are empathetic. We will cooperate with you. Whatever you decide, you will have to really hold your son's hand and take him forward. Because if once he's got this attack, it should not become a cycle. It should not happen again. For that, you will have to tell yourself also. You and your wife will have to work together. Both of you speak the same language with him. That's another very important aspect.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to.
One more point, sir. One more point, sir. Work upon his adversity quotient. Say, ये ना सोचो क्या होगा, कुछ हो ना हो, तजुर्बा होगा. Every experience is a lesson. Every loss is a gain. Build upon, make him resilient.
Yeah.
Because AQ is the name Q. IQ and emotional intelligence, yes, but adversity quotient, those who have a thick skin, those who are not easily shaken, they sail faster and longer. So build upon this. Exercise, friendship, resilience development, genuine, gentle, moderate challenges. That's how to build the adversity quotient of the son. The less panic attack will
I
come.
think just a gentle reminder that we have hardly 8 to 10 minutes left. So Akash, I mean, you will.
Because I
have already given the email ID
Thanks
also.
everyone to addressing my question. Thanks a lot.
So thank you, Amit. Thanks. Because we are, short of time. Only one question. I think two questions can come. Once for Professor Dwivedi, because yesterday we came out with the CBSE results.
I think now parents has raised his hand. I think there is one question. Yeah.
Yeah. So only.
Yeah. Can I come in if you have a time?
Yeah. Just after the question, we have time.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a very interactive session, very insightful, I would say. And this is really helpful for the parents. We are living in a very competitive world. We have to be aggressive also. And these digital tools are really helping the kids as well as the parents. That's a part of our life. Yes, it has to be in a very disciplined manner. So our understanding should be how should we go about it. So we as a parent, we are evolving. The AI, everything is evolving and we are also learning. But is there a structured approach to tackle these situations? We can discuss this at length, but do we have a point-to-point, tailored, made some structured approach that can really help us to guide us in handling our kids, also in even handling ourselves as well? So if as an organization you provide this, or there are some consulting firms or advisors who can help us on this, that will be really appreciable. So I think if you can comment on that.
I would like to add something.
Should I take or?
I'll just make one comment that human beings and human interaction cannot be completely structured. we have to understand that every child is different. And yes, we can follow certain common points, but we have to understand what the needs of our child are. And that is where we have to start addressing the individual child accordingly. And our family structure, our family environment, our cultural values, we still have extended families, so we cannot structure everything. But we have to be in certain matters we have to be spontaneous as well, because everything cannot be ABCD. We have to understand what we are, who we are, what our needs are, what are the needs of the child, what are the strengths and weaknesses of our child, and accordingly we'll have to move. But we can have discussions regarding this later also.
Ma'am, can I have a minute, please?
I need to
This is
answer.
just one minute only. We have been listening. This is Dr. Wazir Akhtar from Saudi Arabia. I'm joining you from Riyadh.
Yeah.
A university professor, former university professor. Just I would like to take 1 minute and tell you that, every child should understand that life is precious, life is more important.
Yes.
And people with very high marks is not a surety, not a guarantee to be successful. I give you my example. I'm from UP board with 53% marks in high school. And then I moved on, graduated with first division, law, masters, and was a professor here in King Abdulaziz University and Jeddah University for 32 years. And I have worked with British Americans. I was the chairman, head of the department, and all this. So progress and success does not mean high marks. It means that you should be consistent and you should be clear about your goal. Parents have a very important role to play. They should not press or push their children for high marks. Success comes with clarity, and your parents should encourage you. And as a parent, it's our responsibility to make sure, Indian parents especially, because I have worked with people from all over the world, but I've seen the kind of pressures Indian parents put on their children. No one in the world does. No one. They give absolute freedom and choice to their children to do what they like to do. And your life is precious. Do whatever you want to do. You want to be an artist, dancer, singer, photographer, anything. That's your choice.
Exactly.
Listen, people, I want to address to the children this, that children with very high marks end up working for somebody else. With 98% marks, 96% marks, you become a doctor, you work for somebody who is a hospital owner who is not even educated. So marks doesn't mean anything. Just do whatever you want to do, but do with passion. You want to be a sports person, be involved and give your 100%. Choose a line. And don't be misguided by the social media, these games and plays. You are the most important. When you are alive, when you are healthy, everything will fall in place. Don't care about like civil servant or whatever. Let me tell you, I will give you statistical data that those with very high marks and very high positions, civil servants and diplomats and all, many of them end up in corruption. So what is important? That you should be honest, you should be sincere, you should love yourself, you should love your family and love the country. Because
thank you, Dr. Akhtar. I think we have a very few minutes left now.
Very appropriate.
I said whatever I had to say, but bottom line, you are important. Focus on yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't care about anything.
We endorse what you're saying. I absolutely endorse what you're saying.
Absolutely endorse your point of view. It is a gem of a thing. Yes, life is more important than career. And why we have a colonial mindset of civil services and IQ? Because we should groom upon the soft skills, personality. We should groom upon emotional intelligence.
Second division, high school, UP, Hindi medium.
Next time,
Americans have worked under me.
At least
we have to close our session.
We are very thankful
we have seen
to
very,
everyone. But
the toppers not necessarily do the best.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Akhtar sir. Bahut acha, very nice. And
thank you, everyone.
Aisha wants to say something.
Okay, is it? Can I? Before
Aisha has a question.
Yes. Okay, Aisha. After your question, there is one shairi I want to dedicate for Wazir Akhtar sir and all my fantastic people
very nice.
on behalf of Celtic Mandala. Yes, Aisha, your question.
Okay, good
Thank you.
evening, everybody. I'm Aisha. I'm from the content development team of Celtic Mandala, and I'm also a psychologist. So, thank you so much for the insights, Dr. Dwivedi and Dr. Gulati. They were very helpful, and I love the discussion. So, thank you so much for that. And just to extend on what you just said about digital detox, I think everybody here would agree that digital media is something that was supposed to make our lives easy, right? But it's just, I think, isolating us and our kids from everybody. It was supposed to connect us better, right? But it's doing the opposite. So we at Celtic Mandala, we're going to launch our digital detox program for children, and this program will be launched in June. So this would equip parents as well as educators to help a safe space and create a space for children where they can build better relationships and get out of the screen, build relationships outside the screen, and hopefully with lesser temper tantrums. I'm sorry. So
Wonderful.
I'm going to
Absolutely.
share the
So
link in
I would,
the chat box. Anybody
yeah,
who's interested can please register here.
sure,
And
sure. Thank
also,
you.
I want to re-emphasize that there may be a lot of technology which is coming in, but there is an innate human need for social affiliation, and we
Definitely,
cannot.
definitely, definitely.
Of course,
Has to be
with such,
emphasized, and that has to be propagated further.
yeah, with fantastic Sachin, you made this evening great with the words of wisdom of Renu Madam, Wazir Sir, and Lord Aisha. I think next topic for webinar should be digital detox among kids, which I think everyone
Yes.
would love. So I dedicate
Yes.
Sure.
one शायरी to all my intrigued
Yes, sir.
audience. उम्मीद ऐसी हो जो जीने को मजबूर करे, उम्मीद ऐसी हो जो जीने को मजबूर करे, राह ऐसी हो जो चलने को मजबूर करे, महक कम ना हो अपने दोस्ती की, यारी ऐसी हो जो मिलने को मजबूर करे. See you all
Yes.
again and
Thank
again.
you so much, sir.
Fantastic
Thank
We,
you.
evening, you all.
Very
we,
good.
Really
we
nice.
are closing our
Really
session
nice.
today this evening.
Bye
Thanks
bye
to
bye.
Thank you.
all
Thank you.
panelists, all our participants. Thanks,
And we
everyone. Thanks,
enjoyed,
Renu,
Thank
for
you.
being with
and
us.
we should have more interactions like this.
Sure,
There's a
thank you.
lot
Yes,
of
yes.
Yes.
mutual learning that happens.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, I think,
Our
I mean,
children are
I
our
would
future.
be
Our
sharing.
children are our future, and they must be protected,
Absolutely.
safeguarded.
I think I will
By all
request
means, and we
everyone
should do
kind of
everything.
register
Thank
on a
you.
form which has been shared by
Thank
Asha
you, ma'am. Thank you.
so that everybody gets the information in time. This
Yes.
was
Okay.
a last minute thing which we could organize,
Yeah.
but next session is going to be more elaborate and proper so that that's the reason this form has been shared on the platform. So thank
Thank
you
you.
everyone.
Thank you so
Akash,
Thank
much.
you.
last word
Thank
from you,
you.
Thank
please.
you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very
Thank
much.
you, Renu, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Gulati.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thanks to all
Thank
the
you.
Thank you,
participants.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, all of you.
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gulati. Thanks, Asha.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone. Thanks, Artha Saab. Thanks,
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Faridi.
Thank you.
आपके हो गया कॉल करने को है हेलो सर मैंने एक्चुअली वेरिफिकेशन कर दी है लेकिन मेरे से लॉगिन कर नहीं हुई है
ये पता किस फोन वाली ऑफिस पर 42 को सुना दिए सारे ठीक है सर ये पता कैसे आने हैं मैं चीट आने का
जी सेट कर दिया अच्छा सर कॉल शुरू हो रही है ठीक है सर जी सर ठीक है ठीक है
That was a great night. That was a great night.